Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Atlanta Thrashers franchise mode here in NHL 21. So last episode we simmed the remainder of the season and we also had the trade deadline, but the trade deadline we didn't really make any moves just because we felt this team needed the young guys to kind of decide our fate for the rest of the season and see if we're actually a contender. And as you can see, we finished 42, 28, 7-5 on the season, which was actually one of the best in our division. And we're going to be taking on the New York Rangers in the first round, who went 38, 32, 9-3. Now in the regular season against the Rangers, we had a 2-2 record. One of the losses was in overtime, but it was kind of an even series for the most part in the regular season. As you can see, we won 4-2 here in our last game of the season against them, but we lost 3-2 in overtime in this game on April the 1st. And then there was two earlier season matchups that we both played. One here that we won 7-3 and one that we lost 6-1. So I don't know if that really says anything about how the series is going to play out, but should be interesting nonetheless. Now before we actually get into this first round matchup, I do have one comment to go over, and that is from WMRA. He says Rangers should be easy to take down. Only hazards are their top two forward lines and their goaltending. Don't poop this up like last time with Tampa Bay where you guys blew a 3-1 series lead, which I agree with. Last year, though, I think was a good learning experience for the guys to take on like a Tampa Bay-like team, because Tampa Bay was like one of the best teams in the league that season, so it was kind of nice to actually go to 7 games and give them a run for their money to an extent. But now we have a team that's a lot worse than Tampa Bay was, so I think we might have a good upper hand to be able to knock out the Rangers, but it's going to be kind of a tough task with some of the roster. So I think I showed you guys this at the end of last season, but this is how they played against us, or not played against us, but how they played during the regular season by comparison to us. So we finished with 8 more points than they did, so it was still kind of tight to an extent, but still 8 more points than they did. They scored more goals than us, which makes sense because they have guys like Pavel Bure on their team. And then goals against wise, we were a better defensive team. Power play wise, they were much better, probably because of Pavel Bure once again. And then penalty kill wise, we were a little bit better than they were. So we were just technically a better defensive team, and they were a better offensive team. So we got to shut down their top guns, pretty much like what we did with Tampa Bay until like the last 3 games of the series, where their top guns all of a sudden started lighting it up. I will quickly also show you guys their roster again, just in case you don't remember at the end of last episode. But yeah, their roster is pretty solid. Like WMRA was saying, their top 2 lines are really solid. As you can see, they have Alex Cassels or Castles, one of the two. But this guy was a 2nd overall pick in 2023. Very solid young player. And then they also have Doug Waite, who's pretty solid still, Alex Kovalev, and then Bure, Zhamnov, and Gagne is pretty good. But then when you get into their bottom 6, it's very low overall players, so we might be able to take advantage of them there. Steve Yzerman is still pretty good at 41 years of age. Like, he still puts up decent amount of numbers for his age. And then defensively, they aren't very good of a team, so we might be able to take advantage of that as well. And then goaltending wise as well is pretty solid actually for them. Jose Theodore being their starter. He has not had a great save percentages and goals against, except for this season with Montreal, so we might be able to still be able to score on him because he's never played actually a playoff game before. And then if for some reason Mark Denis ever gets a chance to play in net, he's never played in the playoffs either. So this should be a very interesting matchup. But if for some reason they lose a goalie, they also have Alex Auld as a depth goaltender. So anyways, let's get into this first round matchup and see if we could win our first ever playoff series. That would be awesome if we could. But at the same time, it would be more of a learning experience again for these guys, because I wanted to see how they could compete with some other teams around the league. So since we have home ice advantage, hopefully we could take advantage of that, as we need to put Brizgalov back into the HL lineup quickly, because he was injured near the end of last episode. There we go. But here we go, game 1 in Atlanta at the Phillips Arena. Let's see if we could take a 1-0 series lead here. First period and scoreless. Okay, I'll take that. I like a more defensive-minded series because we're a good defensive team. If we could play good defensively like we did during the regular season and then get our offense going, we might have a shot of beating the Rangers, because limiting their chances means it kind of puts pressure on them to an extent to score goals. We outshot them 12-8 after 1 second period, and they get 2 goals. That's not good. Both Russian guys, Alexei Zhamnov scores on the power play for them, and Pavel Bure gets the goal for them as well. That's not good that their top guns are getting goals already. Our team is struggling a bit for offense. We're out shooting 25-17, but we're down by 2 goals. Can we come back here in the third? Come on, boys. Or am I going to have to make some line adjustments? Is Tag Bertuzzi scores to make it 3-0. That's like a 70-something overall, which is a little weird. But Bergeron gets us a goal, which is kind of nice. Come on, boys. Roaching him badly. Pavel Bure scores again. Yeah, Bure is going to be the difference maker if the Rangers want to win this series, I think. As they are up 4-1, and we are going to lose Game 1 on home ice by a final score of 4-1. Yeah, Bergeron with our only goal from Maltby and Miller. We need to get Kovalchuk and Heatley and those type of guys going again. And we need to somehow shut down Bure. Doug Waite was really good as well. He had 2 assists. Yeah, we got to shut down their top guns. Who was really badly minus in that game for us? Oh, Thomas Malik and Blujas. Of course, this pairing was really good plus-minus wise during the regular season, but in the playoffs, not off to a great start. -3 for both those two dudes. We might need to split them up. And then Martin Prusek didn't play as good as he did like last year. We might have to give Carey Price a shot at some point in this playoff run as well, because maybe that little experience would help him as well get some experience. So let me maybe make some line adjustments already, just because their offense was not that observant in that first game. So I'm gonna move Solani up and Kovalchuk down. Try that. I don't know. That might be a little bit risky, but we could always try that. Or I can move Malkin down. Would that do anything? No, it wouldn't. Let's try Kovalchuk on that second line for a random change. And then defensively, we are going to change up this Blujas and Malik pairing and move Tony Lidman up with Blujas. And then we'll move Fahey up, maybe, or Malik up. Yeah, we'll move Malik up with a Leach. And then do Miller with Fahey. Maybe. Ooh. Lidman and Miller work really good, but then it gives us a -1. Oh, there we go. That's our pairings. Leach and Blujas. Malik and Fahey, and then Lidman and Miller. Can we move this up at all? No, we can't. We could always do Lidman and Malik. You know what? We're going to try Lidman and Malik, actually. And then if Prusek plays if Prusek plays bad for a game, maybe I'll go with Carey Price for the next game. I could always put in some of our depth options to see how they would play. Like, I could always put Brett Hedican into the lineup instead of somebody. Like, I could take Thomas Malik out at some point. I might take Thomas Malik out if he plays bad this next game. But I think those are the line changes we're going to make for Game 2 as we look to tie the series. Hopefully we could bounce back with a win, considering we were a really good team during the regular season by comparison to the Rangers. They only won 38 games. Come on, guys. We got to win some games here this postseason. Game number 2, can we tie the series up? First period, and once again, we are down by 2 as P.S. Suter scores and Alexei Kovalev. Not good. Martin Prusek's off to a bad start. 2 goals on 8 shots. We have not scored anything on 12 shots. So we're out shooting them again, but it seems like we're just not playing good defensively for a change. Hopefully we could bounce back here in the second period, and we're down by 4 goals. Oh my god. Yeah, their top 6 has been really good. Simon Gagne and Alexei Zhamnov score. Like, we're already playing better, I think, in the playoffs last year than we are this year, because we're going to probably be going down 0-2 in the series. 24-15 the shots. Yeah, Prusek is not played good. I think I'm going to go to Carey Price for next game. Call me crazy, but I think I would like to give Carey Price a shot, because Martin Prusek is not playing good. I don't know if Prusek is the main reason we're losing the series, or if it's our defensive core or what. Because our defense has not been... It hasn't got the highest overall players, so it kind of makes sense. As we get shut out in Game 2. Damn, we only have 1 goal in the first 2 games. Our offense is completely non-existent. Who was badly minused in this game? Solani, Lidman, Bergeron. Blujas was a -1 again. Pretty much everybody was minus in that game except for Maltby, Kovalchuk, Savard, Asham, and Leach. And Brian Leach had 8 shots in that game. That's ridiculous. And in goaltending-wise, it was not a good game again from Prusek. 3 stars in that game, all their players. Yeah, they've been really good defensively against us. So I think I'm going to need to make some line changes, which means I'm going to probably take Thomas Malik out of the lineup and try Brett Hedican for a change. And I think I'm going to go to Carey Price for this next game, just because We literally only have 1 goal in 2 games, and it was from Patrice Bergeron. Like, nobody else is showing up right now. So Martin Prusek, you've been pretty bad so far in this playoffs. You were really good last year, but this year you've been completely 180 of that. So we are going to give the shot to Carey Price for Game 3. He's only 19 years old, so hopefully he could do something good for us. And I'm going to take a look at the plus-minus throughout this. The top line's been a little bit minus. Maybe I'll move Kovalchuk back up and then change Heatley and Malkin around. Yeah, just trade Heatley and Malkin for an exchange. And then, third line's been the best plus-minus line. The fourth line's not been great. I am going to change something, I think, with the bottom 6. Or maybe not. There's nothing really I can do. But I am going to take Thomas Malik out of the lineup. He's a -4 in 2 games. And we will give the shot to Brett Hedican, who has not played since earlier in the season. So we'll go something like... what could I do? That's minus... I don't know why there's a -2. Why is it a -2? What if I went Hedican up here? Damn, it's impossible to get rid of that minus almost. There we go. Now we got rid of the minus. Go back to that. Yeah, we'll try that. Lidman with Blue Jays and then Leach with Miller, Fahey and Hedican. And yeah, Carey Price is our starter. This might be a little bit risky, but I really hope our team can start getting going. I could always move Bergeron down, but he's been our best offensive player technically in this series, so I'll leave Bergeron on the top line for now. But yeah, hopefully our team could bounce back with 2 wins on the road, because we did not play good on home ice. Only 1 goal for and 8 goals against. So here we go, Game 3 in New York. Let's see if we could get some wins on the road in this series. First period, and oh my god, are you kidding me? We scored first, which is nice, Aaron Asham, but then Simone Gagne gets 2 power play goals and Alexei Zhamnov scores. Their top 6 is shredding us apart. We cannot contain these guys. Like I was saying, if we want to win this series, we need to contain their big guys, and so far we are not doing that. 3 goals on 8 shots for Carey Price. He's not playing better than Prusek even. Not good. Second period, and we're down by only a goal now. Okay, Mark Savard. Shots are a little bit more even, 21-17. Okay. Carey Price might be keeping us in it now, or unless Prusek's back in net. I don't know. But third period, let's see if we could tie this one up after being down 3-1. Come on, boys. Danny Heatley. Oh my god. Chris Tamer of everybody. Really, our former player makes it 4-2. Mike Fisher gets us a power play goal, though, to get us back within 1 again. And then Chris Tamer gets his 2nd of the night. Are you kidding me? Chris Tamer in real life never had a 2-goal game, I don't think. And Steve Yzerman makes it 6-3. We are getting torn apart. I mean, at least this is still learning experience, but the boys lose 7-3 in Game 3, and now we're trailing 3-0 to the New York Rangers in the series. Asham from Mulpey and Miller, and then Mark Savard from Solani and Lidman, and Fisher from Kuznetsov and Hossa. We were within 1 goal, but then Tamer took over that third period. I don't even know how this team is doing this bad. Like, I mean, at least we're a young team. Like, we had 2+ guys in that, and it was Leach and Mulpey, but everybody else horrendous on the defensive front. Like, our top forwards were all minus. Like, Solani was a -3. And then Savard -2, Heatley was a -2, Malkin -2. And then, yeah, some even guys. But, man, that was not good. Carey Price played way worse than Martin Prusek. So we might go back to Prusek for next game, as Carey Price got torn up. Gagne gets first start, Tamer to 2nd, and Lyman in the 3rd. This is not good. I mean, it's a learning experience still for the boys, but we are down 0-3 in this series, which is not really what I was expecting. I was expecting maybe a bit more tighter of a series, but we are getting ripped apart. Because now in this series so far, we are being outscored 15-4, I think, which is outrageous considering we're going into the 4th game. Okay, so Prusek should be back in net for next game, but hopefully we can get this offense going. I don't know what the problem is right now. And we need to play a much better defensive game. What could we do? I don't know what we could really do with this team. Yeah, I don't know what I could really do to make this... Like, I could leave this -1 and try Marcel Hossa on this line. Or I could try Fisher on the wing. Yeah, we'll try something like that. I don't know. We need to get something going with this team. Whatever it takes just to get this team to win games. Do I want to put anybody in the lineup? I could put Stu Barnes in, but who the heck would I take out? Somik's a -4. I might take Somik out of the lineup. Yeah, I'm going to take Radovan Somik out of the lineup and put in Stu Barnes. Which I know is a little bit of a worse overall, but I need to get Stu Barnes, maybe some offense. Yeah, I think that would be okay. That way we actually have a guy that could take faceoffs on that fourth line. Yeah, I think that is good. So we're going to move in Stu Barnes into the lineup, and then our defense just got flipped around a bit. And Martin Prusek is back to starting. Can we win 4 straight games and eliminate the Rangers? Probably not. But let's see if we could come back from a 3-0 series deficit instead of dropping a 3-1 series deficit and losing in 7 like we did last year. Game 4, back in New York. Real-time simulation just because we could be eliminated here. As we open the scoring, okay. Again, for the second straight game, Timo Solani. That's a little bit of a hopeful sign, at least for this game. As long as we could add to that and play good defensively the rest of the game and not blow anything. As we blow the lead, as Alexei Kovalev scores and ties the game at 1. And it's going to be 1-1 after 1. Shots are 9-8 in favor of us, but it is a tie game. Second period. Come on, boys. Penalty kill. It's a long penalty kill. Holy crap, who took that penalty? Damn, we're taking way too many penalties. Maybe that's our problem again, just like last year. As some Ovechkin prospect scores. I didn't even remember seeing him in the lineup, but it is 2-1 for the Rangers. After 2, we are being outshot 23-18, but if we do not score this period, we are going to be eliminated in 4 games, which is probably going to be the case, I feel like. Third period, can we tie this game up and stay alive? Penalty kill again. I don't know why we're taking so many penalties in this important game, but Ilya Kovalchuk ties the game up. Huge goal from Kovalchuk. Come on, boys. I think in real life, the Atlanta Thrashers played the Rangers in a first round and they got swept, and that was their only ever playoff appearance in real life. And we are going to overtime in this crucial game 4. Can we have a hero to keep us alive? We're being outshot 32-30, so this has been a better game for Prusek, but our offense needs to get something here. Overtime underway. Who wants to score? And we're going to let in a goal less than a minute in, and we get swept by the New York Rangers as Alexei Zhamnov gets the game-winning goal on Martin Prusek. God damn it. I was expecting a little bit more out of this team this year, but, I mean, whatever. It's still a learning experience, so I'll take it, I guess. And we could still add maybe some more good prospects in the offseason. But Solani got one from Malkin, and then Kovalchuk from Savard and Heatley. But yeah, Zhamnov and Gagne, those guys tore it up this first round. Same with Kovalev. Bure was a little bit silent since the first game, but damn, that was not a good series. Any badly minus players in that game? No, not really. Oh, that was not good. Our offense was just non-existent. 2 goals, 5 goals. Yeah, we only scored 6 goals this series in 4 games. That is not good enough at all to win a series. 2 points in 4 games was our best player, and that was Mark Savard. Let's take a look at those player stats for this first round. So Savard, 2 points in 4 games. Fisher had 1 point. Same with Bergeron, Kuznetsov, and Malkin. And then Stu Barnes had nothing. Yeah, we just weren't good defensively either. Malpi also had 2 points. Kovalchuk, 1 point. A lot of our big guns like Kovalchuk and Heatley and stuff like that were really quiet. And then Solani had 2 points. Asham had 1 point. And then defensively, Aaron Miller led us in points, which is a little bit weird. Brian Leetch was pretty quiet. He was actually a +2, which is kind of surprising with how bad this team was in terms of defense. Goaltending-wise, both goalies played horrible. Hopefully, Carey Price is actually a better goaltender like that when he becomes our starter at some point, which might be next season already because we do have Brian Elliott probably ready for us next season. But as that, and let's take a look actually at the New York Rangers, just see how they did against us. So yeah, Simon Gagne had 8 points in 4 games. Alexei Zhamnov had 6 points. Bure had 5 points. Yeah, their top 6 is what made us lose that series. And also these 76 overalls and 73 overalls put up some good points as well for them. And that is not a good series from us. And then also Jose Theodore was really, really good. So yeah, that's probably our problem, is the fact we didn't have actually a really good starting goaltender. And then we also didn't have that offense that we needed to have. But oh well, it's a learning experience like I was saying. Let's into the awards and find out where we're drafting, and I'll take a look at the draft class and stuff like that for you guys, and then that'll be it for this episode. But we probably will be a playoff team again next season. It's just hopefully we can make a bigger push than we did this season. Like, I mean, it's still learning, and we went to 7 games last year, and then we went to 4 games this year. And okay, this team, the Tampa Bay Lightning, won the Stanley Cup the year after we almost beat them in 7 games in the first round, so at least we know what it takes to be a Stanley Cup champion to an extent. Like, we know how to compete with the best teams in the league. And the Iowa Wild won the Calder Cup. Let's take a look at those individual awards. But Tampa Bay is the Stanley Cup champion for, I think we're in the 2005-06 season or 2006-07. I don't even know where we would be at this stage. But let's take a look at the playoff tree just for fun. So Tampa Bay beat the Colorado Avalanche in 5 games. Ottawa went to the conference finals. Interesting. And the New York Rangers were eliminated in 7 games by Ottawa in the second round. I'm surprised the Rangers actually got to 7 games with Ottawa. Interesting. Let's take a look at those individual awards. So Tampa Bay winning the Stanley Cup. They actually also won the President's Trophy for the 2nd straight season. So Tampa Bay is a very good team. And then, yeah, Colorado and Tampa Bay in the Stanley Cup Finals. Individual awards, Pavel Bure won the Art Ross. Peter Sikora won the Hart in Minnesota. That's interesting. Dan Boyle wins the Norris for the 2nd straight season. Tim Connolly wins the Lady Byng. Dandino won the Calder for Phoenix. Don't know who that is. Abby Woolen wins the Conn Smythe again for Tampa. Or, well, not again for Tampa, but for Tampa, like he did in real life. Dan Kluche wins the Vezina for Boston. Abby Woolen also wins the Jennings to 2nd straight season. Whoever this Houghton guy is for Nashville wins the Bill Masterton. Odie Marchessault wins the Jack Adams for Columbus. Patrick Marleau the Selke. Peter Sikora the Lindsay. And Pavel Bure the Maurice Richard. In terms of the AHL, anybody for us? I don't think so. Did I see anybody? Nope. Okay. So now let's into the retirements, and then we'll see where we're drafting. Well, actually, we'll see where we're drafting, I guess, but we don't have a lottery pick. So Carolina's got number 1, followed by Montreal and Los Angeles. Okay. So who are going to retire for the season? Are we going to lose Solani? No, I don't think we did. But Mario Lemieux retires. That's a big retirement. Peter Bondra retires. Alex McGinley. Andrew Castles retires. Greg Adams. Steve Yzerman retires at the Rangers after we just lost to them. Interesting. Cliff Ronning retires. Rob Bullock retires in Detroit. Al McInnes retires as a Stanley Cup champion in Tampa Bay. Yep, he played all 23 playoff games. Interesting. Brett Hall also retires. Sergei Nemchinov, Sean McEachern, Andrei Kovalenko. Brian Leetch retires for us. Wow, okay. So, we had Brian Leetch for 2 years. He was really good in the first year. The second year, he was really quiet offensively by comparison, but best of luck in retirement, Brian. Glad we at least got to play with him for a bit. Bill Guerin also retires. Martin Jelena, a couple other guys. I'm not going to read them all out because or else my voice is going to die on me. Stu Barnes also retires for us. So 2 retirements or just free agent signings. At least he got to play in that last playoff game. Anybody else that plays for us? Probably not, but still I'll scroll through all these real retirements or players I made, just in case I want to keep track of any of these retirements and stuff like that. Hey, look, Jack Hughes retired. But that's because I made him an AHL extra forward, so he wouldn't play that long. And that might be it. Yeah, that's probably it for forwards and defensemen, yep. Goaltending-wise, the best goalie to retire was Sean Burke. Ed Belfour also retires. Garth Snow, Roman Turek, Dwayne Rollison, and that is it. Oh, Steve Passmore as well, actually. Can't forget Steve Passmore. So, yeah, we only lost Brian Leach and Stu Barnes, which is what I was kind of expecting. But that means Solani could come back next season, but I don't know if he will for sure. What? And let's see, did we lose any coaches? I don't think so. We lost Simone Savard, whoever that is, from Manitoba. And we won't do any draft interviews. And let's take a quick look at this draft class and the progress reports. And then I'll also show you guys the contract situation, and that'll be it for this episode. So draft class wise, where are we drafting actually? Just because I do not actually know where we're drafting. We are drafting 23rd overall. So, let's see, 23rd. What can we get around 23rd? Ooh, a medium elite goaltender prospect, but I don't think we really need another one since we have Carey Price. But this guy is probably pretty good. We'll pin him in case. There also is a top six defenseman. We don't need a top 6 defenseman. I don't think this Chiodo guy might be okay. What else could we get? Rollison? I don't know. He's probably top 6. Yeah, this draft class doesn't look great. But there is that Emmanuel Martinez defenseman that is supposed to be NHL ready that I pinned. I think he might be our obvious option to take because we do need defensive prospects. So he might be our option in Emmanuel Martinez. And I think that's pretty much it. Let me just pin any low elites if there is any. Let's see. Any low elites. Because I want some steals for our team. Potentially this guy. He could be a low elite power forward. But he does not look great. But I'll still pin him anyways. Any of these other guys look decent. I don't know. Okay, let's take a look at our progress reports, and then we'll take a look at those contracts, and then that'll be it for this episode. So, development-wise, Solani is dropping off a lot. He does still have statistical growth, though, too. Doesn't really matter about our veterans. Kuznetsov is getting some statistical growth. Let's see. Brian Elliott is going to be probably our NHL goaltender next year, one of our 2 goalies, which means I think Prusek should be on his way out, but it is up to you guys. And then Malkin and Bergeron are also getting growth, which is good. Everybody else shouldn't be getting much growth. Belugis is up to a 78. Okay, that's not bad. Getting some natural growth in terms of his poise and some of his shot blocking, stick checking, defensive stats, and aggressiveness. And then in the system, we are getting a lot of development from a lot of our prospects. Some of them more than others. But this is what our prospect pool looks like right now. Wall could almost technically play in the NHL. But I'll just scroll through this just in case you guys wanted to see this. And finally, let's take a look at our contract situation just to see whose contracts are up this offseason. So, Malkin is going to need a huge extension. We're going to definitely give him one like 8 years. We could give him like 9 mil. Doesn't really matter. If we want to bring back Solani, he's going to want like 5 to 6 mil, maybe 7 mil. Aaron Asham's contract is up. I don't know how much he wants, like 3 mil. It's not too bad. Mul B. A lot of these guys, though, are veterans, so we could try and find younger guys to replace them with. Like, a lot of these guys are all in their, like, 28 plus type of category. And then Kuznetsov's an RFA, but he's going to want, like... He might develop into something, but he's probably not going to become something huge, because if he wants only 2.7 for 8 years... Yeah, he probably doesn't want a whole lot. Or he probably won't develop a whole lot. But yeah, this is all pretty much our contracts up. Let me actually take a look at our unsigned guys if there's anybody that needs to get a contract. Probably this offseason for sure. So Abney's probably going to get his ELC for sure. Same with Wong. And then, yeah, anybody else pretty much will, like McClellan, a couple of our low top fours as well. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Atlanta Thrashers franchise mode. So in next episode, we will take it to the draft and the re-sign stage as we look to continue building this team up into being a playoff contender. So let me know what you guys think down below, and I'll see you guys next time.